It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Why is that there?
So it can look at you. You know how long it's been there? It's been there for days.
But I haven't been sitting here.
Well, now you see them there, so you have your own live studio
That's
audience.
That's kind of creepy. I thought there was two people sitting there.
No, you have your own studio audience. You've got your own fan club right there. How do you like that?
You did this?
No.
This is a Gato production? I also noticed that he surrounded us with the artworks. So now I feel like I'm in a cocoon in here.
It's nice, right?
I don't know yet. That's strange.
That's
anyway,
nice.
welcome to the Midday Show. That is really, if you could see what I see, you would see mechanical people.
So happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the Midday. It's been a little while since we've sat up here. We've been sitting around the studio and sitting around the nook, so we're going to head over there in a little bit also. Today's International Holocaust Remembrance Day, so I'm looking forward to having our good friend Tinkerbell join us, Paulette Pfeiffer of Victims of Silent Crime, and talking about Holocaust and she is a Holocaust survivor. So she's going to share some stories of, I guess, her journey and the good that comes out of it.
I didn't know that.
It's hard to believe that there is goodness that came out of it, but that's a different turn on it.
Well, I didn't know that Holocaust had a whole month.
Holocaust has a lot of remembrance days, and when we scheduled Tinkerbell to come on today, it was not even planned that it was this day, and she said, oh, I want to talk about it because February is Holocaust Remembrance Month. And then I woke up this morning to an email, and I almost thought, is this for real? But there was an email that I got, and I thought, wow, how serendipitous of that she's here today. So we're going to talk to her. We've got Laurina Anderson, the energy boss. We've got Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society, of course, on this Tuesday, and we've got a longtime friend with us, Dr. Abbey Jo Shulkin, and I'm excited about her new quest, her new business opportunity. She's going to share with us some exercise tips and what she's doing next.
I've been watching her on TikTok.
A lot of good stuff. Next show, you're going to be in workout clothes.
What?
Yes, and you're going to have to wait, and you're going to do like triceps and tricep extensions and abs and core, and they've tried this for years, Dr. Abbey, to no avail, I must say. They've never quite gotten him to work out yet, but we'll see what happens.
No, but I always have a hammy issue.
But we'll see what happens.
Hi, honey.
Anyway, we've got a big show lined up for you today. Nice morning.
Give it to Tinkerbell,
Thank you for running the morning show.
No problem.
It was good.
It worked?
Been a little bit. I don't know. Well,
I have no idea.
we have a little glitch.
Which is?
We don't know where it went.
What are you talking about? It was on the morning
Did
show.
you hit record?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
It might have been on one of the boards you deleted.
So what? It's still on Facebook.
The recording's MIA, but we're going to do a
Oh, you mean the
workaround.
recording
Yeah.
is MIA?
Yeah.
Get it off of Facebook. Well, that's your fault. You know why? You made me clean the board. Where do they send it?
It's my fault. Well, it goes to, I don't know where it went. Anyway, it's missing, but
I can find it.
it's all good. We're going to figure it
Jay,
out.
we can find the show that we did on the morning board, right? We go in the... But how come I deleted it? They send it somewhere every show. I didn't delete it.
Anyway, it's all good. Ready to get into this? You want to talk to Dr. Abbey?
I don't know. Now I'm all
Now you
upset
feel
with
bad
you.
that with me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you told me to stop the commercial. I say to you, we can't stop. We can't delete this commercial
that would be
because
fine.
you're going to stop the show. Oh, no. Go ahead, do it. And it was you, Snoopy, all the characters. And I hit it. And what happened?
It went black.
It went black. Stop the show. Right? And now you're telling me that I lost the show. I know I didn't lose the show.
All right, we'll find it.
No, but you told the whole world how dumb I am.
I did not say that at all.
You implied it. You
Not-
did that woman.
never.
You did that
Not
woman
at
thing.
all. No.
That woman thing you do.
I think Laurina's going to tell me that's your perception
I'm
of what
gonna
I
call
said,
Chuck
but
after
yet,
the
right?
show.
Those were not
Very
my
good.
words. That's the ego
Very good.
speaking.
First of all,
That
don't
is
get
not
involved.
what I said.
Don't get involved, because you and I, we trade punches.
yeah, now it'll be my
You
fault.
and I will trade punches in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna call
Oh, I
Chuck.
can't wait.
I'm gonna call Chuck, and I'm gonna buy him a trophy, because how he puts up with the way you work is amazing. You make somebody walk away feeling like, huh? Boy, I feel, what? You make me, because you shrink me down to
How?
you do that thing. Oh, the show's missing. So matter of factly. See? She knows.
She's just laughing.
So that's a woman thing. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 women in the studio.
You got Gabe running board. You got
Yeah,
Abdullah
me and
Zachary
Gabe and
in the
Abdullah
other room.
and Zach. What do you got? You got 4 bed bugs.
We're a little female heavy in the studio.
Wow.
It's all good.
You did this on purpose today.
What? Lined this to show up? I did not even know Dr. Abbey was joining us till she
I
texted
told
me
you.
this morning.
I said it to you.
When?
This morning.
I said, Dr. Abbey's coming this morning. Anyway, we got a lot of great things to get into today. Let's start with Dr. Abbey.
And she did tell me that the TikTok over here, Tinkerbell, is coming this morning. So we even.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're all in the calendar.
Tinkerbell.
Anyway, Dr. Abbey, welcome back. It has been a while.
Thank you for having me.
Just grab your mic, please.
Her microphone.
Hi.
So I've seen you doing a lot of exercising with, you sent a lot of posts with this exercise apparatus that you shake it, it's a weight, I'm not sure what it is. Did you create this?
Yes, I did.
What's it called? Axiom?
It's called the Action Trainer, or you could call it the Axe for short. And we had a app launch party last week, Friday night, at Hardcore Fitness here in Boca Raton. We had an app launch party because there's now an official app. But this is not the reason I'm here today. But I'll just let you know, because we're going to do another show next week, right? We just agreed with that. And we're all going to wear our workout clothes, right? And I'm going to show
What
you
day
how to
is
use
that?
this. It comes in this bag.
There.
And I have to put my mic down to take it out.
What's in the bag?
She's going to hold Tinkerbell.
It's teamwork
is gonna
here in the
assist me.
studio.
This is a workout just watching it.
So
Okay.
this is just one part of the way I help people achieve and maintain their healthiest body weight by having a lifestyle transformation. But here is the Action Trainer. Can you hear that noise?
This is actually an instrument that we use that we do that.
It sounds like ah. But this is different than any other weight.
Why?
Because on the inside, there's grit that moves. So
Yeah.
you can do different exercises with it without getting injured. And it's amazing for training your core.
Okay.
Why is it different than, say, a 5-pound weight as far as injuries go?
Because of the moving mass on the inside. Because if you did this with a 5-pound weight, as soon as you went this way, that weight would want to keep going that way, right? But with this one, the inside mass, you can reverse it continuously without injuring yourself. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So there's a lot of different ways you could hold it and different exercises you can do. And I'm super excited to come back when we're all in our workout gear and give you a demonstration and show you how easy and fun it is to use.
I think we should do it on a day when Lisa Dwoskin is here,
This is all you.
right?
Absolutely.
I
Whatever
guess
you
We
want.
could invite Lisa,
Do you know Lisa?
yes, with the sandbags.
Me too.
Okay, and Laurina,
And
wow.
Then we have these 2 small ones, because these you can use like individually.
And how much do those weigh?
These weigh about 2.5 pounds.
Okay.
And again, it's more about how hard. So you hit that grit. That is called dynamic resistance.
Interesting.
So it self-adjusts to people's strength level.
Wow.
You gotta have the weight.
You know, I was watching something, I was listening to, I think, a Mel Robbins podcast talking about women in menopause and why we hold extra weight where we hold it after a certain age. Our triceps, our back, like by our bra straps, and it's holding the fat because our body's holding onto it, not knowing what to do with the change in hormones and everything. So this targets all of those places that we're actually holding on to the excess fat that it's harder to target.
Yes. And if you know one person who doesn't want to have a flatter stomach and a tighter waistline, then let them call in right now.
You know what he told me this morning it was called?
Oh,
You.
what?
What was it called? And I told you I had
Oh,
to
the
get
pouch.
No, you told me it was a pocket.
Pocket, pouch, pocket, yes.
Called it a pocket. You told me
Okay.
every woman who's had a child has a pocket.
That's
Look at
not true.
Tinkerbell's face. And I said, J-Lo doesn't have a pocket. Carrie
J-Lo.
Underwood doesn't have a pocket.
Yeah, but you're naming $1 million bodies.
That's
That's
what you
right.
told me this
Yeah, but
morning.
You don't
she can
have
help with this.
Yeah, you don't have to have
the
that.
pocket?
No, not at all. You know, it's about how you eat while you're
God, don't
pregnant,
like
how
that.
much weight you put on, and what you do with your body after. There's been research that shows that once a woman has a baby, she's even stronger than she was before. Many Olympic athletes, they have better results after having a baby. It
Core.
makes you stronger. It does. And you don't have to have a mom bod. And, you know, it makes me so sad when I see other women who have put on weight during their pregnancy and then they have a 3-year-old kid and they're like, yeah, I have the baby weight still.
I think the menopause weight's harder than the baby weight. For me, anyway. The baby weight, I was so busy with the babies that it ebbs and flows, but actually, if you exercise more and ate less, you could move that scale. After this age, nothing's moving anywhere except places I don't want it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but I believe that is because of the age. You
Yes.
know, your metabolism slows down as you get older and you start losing muscle mass. And your muscle is actually your metabolism because your muscles at rest require more calories than fat does. So the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is. The more calories you burn even when you're sleeping or sitting down. And as we get older, when we hit 52, which is the average age for menopause, yeah, if you haven't been working out regularly, then you're losing muscle mass and your whole metabolism slows down. That's just one of the causes. But of course, the shift in hormones and bad habits that have been building up. And if you started putting on, say, 1 pound a year from the time you were 28, by the time you're 52, you might have gathered up 20-something extra pounds, right? But where there's a will, there's a way, because it's all about the mindset.
And what about for men?
Same.
Forget about it.
I mean, right? We don't even discuss it, but obviously their hormones change, things with them change, but it's not discussed as much as we discuss it.
That's because, and this is also my own personal belief, in our society, men are generally judged more on their wealth or lack of it, and women are judged on their outsides.
Interesting.
Right? Wouldn't you say?
First impressions, what do you think? You think people look at you more for your wealth and your financial status than your body?
How do you answer that? Maybe mental stability is in there as
Financial
well.
stability?
Well, you know, people, you can be rich and be a real piece of work, and you're going to be judged, or you could be the nicest guy and broke, and you're going to be judged a different way. So I think everything has a little bit more. I think women have it harder because everything goes to the look before they think that the woman is intelligent or not, which is it's just the way guys are. You know, we're just built stupid, and we go in there says, you know, this beautiful.
It's not necessarily men being judgmental. Women are judgmental of each other.
Well, women are their own worlds. Right?
Yeah.
You guys fight more than men fight within your own reasons, though. But I think that the man looks at a woman and they're going to look at the looks first and then find out whether or not she can hold a sentence in their perspective.
Right.
And
Give an opinion?
Yeah? Just grab your
talk in your
mic.
mic.
A lot of friends have gotten divorced.
Talk it to your mic.
Just pick up your
Oh,
mic.
sorry. I have a lot of friends who have gotten divorced and maybe like being divorced for the first 5 or 10 years, but now they ask me, do you know anybody? And I say, how old? And they go, oh, somebody in their 60s. And I go, 60s, but you're 65. And they go, no, I want somebody in the 60s that has money. And I said, how about the second thing or the third thing? Well, they have to be smart, but they all mention money. A guy will come to me, like my sister's next door neighbor, and he wants a pretty woman or a smart woman or a charming woman. They never mention money, ever.
In Florida.
In Florida. Well, this is Florida.
Florida is all about suntan, money. It's all about that. And women, you know, there's a lot of women out there, not to say all women, there's a lot of women out there that they will go in that direction because there are a lot of nice guys in Florida. I'm sorry. They just aren't.
But, you know, I think this is one of the reasons we haven't had a female president yet. Like, what is she supposed to look like? If she's too pretty or too sexy, people think she's stupid. And if she's not pretty enough, all they do is comment on her looks.
Agreed.
So it's so much more challenging to be a woman because you're judged on your outside immediately. So that's why I like to help women look better so that they feel better about themselves.
Well, it's funny because after everything I've seen, how guys have totally messed up everything, I would love to give a woman a chance. I don't care what she looks like. It really makes no difference. If she's a good leader, then I'm all for it. And if you don't give somebody a chance, you're never going to know. And, you know, again, guys are what guys are, the way they think. And I've always said this to Dawn, and I will go to my death and my grave saying the same thing. Men are jealous of women because we can't give birth. I've said this since the beginning of time. It's the one thing that we can't compare with women no matter what. No sports, no this, no intelligence. Men cannot give birth. And because of it, it just changes our whole perception towards women. It's really simple. Simple math.
Well, we can't give birth without men.
That's not necessarily true.
I have
Not
an
necessarily
intern.
true.
I have an intern who I've been working with for several months, and he says to me, Tinkerbell, I'm finally going to meet my dad. And I go, what do you mean? I thought you didn't know who your dad was. He said, I still don't know who he is. I'm a test tube baby.
Wow.
Wow. He has been raised by his mom and his grandma his entire life, not knowing that he's a test tube baby.
How old is he?
18.
And do you know that the government has stopped allowing that to happen because there are ways of it happening using the stuff that's going on in our world right now? They don't want that. There's a lot of reasons. Religion is one. There's a lot of political reasons. They put an end to that science because it was coming out of the UK. Oh, wow. And they put an end to it because can you imagine making humans without needing a male, and in some cases not a female?
I don't know if they put a stop to it. That means women can't go and get a donor?
No, what they're saying is that you can't make a child out of a test tube. They stopped doing it because
but women can get inseminated and still have a child. Okay.
But that's human DNA.
Gotcha. Okay.
They wanted to stop it because they got scared. I think it was in the 80s or 90s that it came out in the UK.
Cloning and stuff.
Yes, the cloning era. I don't know lately what's going on, but it's just a marvel of how we look at one another, whether it's men, women, men, whatever. And if you look good on the outside, for a woman, you're 100% right. If you take care of yourself and you go against the norm. I mean, the norm is, you know, you age and you say you're supposed to age properly. You know, Dawn works out every day, even when she's not supposed to. And she does it anyway because she wants to age her way. I guess you got to respect that, right? Got to say, you got to do what you got to do. Not a problem. You know, other people that I know say, you know what, I'm just going to sit home and let age be me. And they're just going to try to look spectacular.
So, I want to hear your opinion.
You know, exercise is fabulous. I'm 100% for it, and I don't understand that people don't do it every day. But if you're at home eating the wrong things, or restricting, going on some yo-yo diet cycle,
Right.
making yourself crazy and upset with that, then you need to get off that. And that's really hard to do by yourself.
Now, let me ask you, you think that food, that kind of diet, that kind of perspective, does it affect your way of thinking on a sense of normancy? In other words, are you like all up and down, emotional, not quite normal because of what you intake, the food, and how it's processed, the whole 9 yards?
I believe so, but I believe that the thinking comes before the eating.
Okay.
Oh, I think emotions come first.
They tell me it's called food noise. I'd never heard that before this weekend.
We need to dial down the volume on the
food
food
noise?
noise.
And it's not only about what you're eating, it's should I eat, am I hungry, should I not eat, am I putting this in my mouth, is there guilt? It's apparently, this is a term, food noise.
It's a lot of noise.
It's a lot of noise. I don't know if men have it, but
I thought that eating was just fundamental. You know, I like to go to a nice restaurant once in a while.
do you think about food all the time? What
Me?
you're going to eat,
I
what is
don't-
going
you know I don't.
That's what, so you don't have food noise.
Is that what it is? Maybe I'm deaf.
No, maybe you're just more balanced than everybody else.
No, I don't let food dictate me one way or the other. I like to have a good time. So if you tell me, Doc says, let's go have, like that time you took me, remember this place with all the greens? They were giving me grass out of the garden to eat. I said, Dawn, what are you doing to me here?
Oh, lemongrass.
I don't eat and peppers. I'm allergic.
It was Hippocrates, yeah.
Oh, we went to Hippocrates and I'm supposed to eat all this stuff for lunch. I said, thank you. I love it. I'm taking it.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk to Tinkerbell and then I believe Helen Archer, and we're going to talk to Laurina. A lot of good stuff coming out. Dr. Abbey, how do people get in touch with you for your new program?
My new program called Life Shifts Weight Wellness, where I help people achieve and maintain their healthiest body weight by undergoing a total lifestyle transformation. And I could tell you a lot about that because I lived that myself as somebody who suffered with an eating disorder for more than a decade and has been recovered from it for also a couple decades. They can get a hold of me. It's right there on the screen, lifeshiftsweightwellness.com. And you can book a call with me and we can discuss how I can help you with lowering the volume on your food noise.
Food noise. All right,
good.
more to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Hi, my name is Lisa Jensen. We are here in my store on North Federal Highway. It's a store where we do have a lot of design with affordable prices. And I'm making also luxury candles, like luxury purses. We do have a main collection of luxury brand watches, and we are here open every day, even the weekend, Sunday, and every morning from 10 to 4 p.m. Come around and visiting my store, and we do have a lot for the holidays. I look forward for seeing you.
Finding the world's best coffee. Nothing can stop Don Pablo from getting you the rarest coffees. Traveling across continents, climbing the highest mountains, overcoming immense obstacles, all for the quest of greatness. Experience this excitement with every sip.
Get ready for a night where rock energy meets soul grooves. Rock Meets Soul brings the original artists to the stage, performing the hits that define generations in this rock and soul crossover concert event, featuring John Oates,
You're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway.
Firefall,
Just remember I love you, and it'll be alright.
Will Hart of the original Delphonics. Radio. Randy Hall. And John Ford Coley.
I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life.
Hosted by Tyrone Dubois. Coming Saturday, March 21st to the beautiful Meisner Park Amphitheater in Boca Raton. Tickets and show information are available at rockmeetsoul.eventbrite.com.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie.
Every time you come in here, you twerk. You know, the last time you did that, you set the stage on fire. You sat up here and you were wiggling, and everybody's saying, what's going on? People will walk in and say, what's going on here? So, Tinkerbell twiggle.
We've known Tinkerbell for a long time. Tinkerbell, describe your mic, please.
You're Tinkerbell.
You know, I was just using Abby's weights.
We saw that.
And doing the tight sheet twerk with Abby's weights really brought
Tighten you
more
up.
blood to my heart and to my brain than ever before. Because you have to coordinate all of it, so your mind is on it. And then also there's the extra weight with the bent knees.
And the wiggle that goes with it.
Oh my God, that's great.
It's amazing.
She's incredible. It's been a while since you've been here, so welcome back.
Thank you. I was away for about 9 months.
You were in a car accident,
I
you
had
said, about a year
a terrible car
ago?
accident. Terrible. And it's a young man, 22-year-old boy, that was driving on the regular lanes on 95, and I was on the express lane. And he just came straight across, pushed me against the wall. My engine blew up. His engine blew up. I couldn't move because my seatbelt was holding me and my bags were in my face. I couldn't breathe. I don't know how I got out the window, climbed out the window because the smoke was entering the car, and I sat on the divider wall, and I watched him die. 22-year-old boy with 3 kids in the car got out.
Oh my gosh.
But the ambulance got there in time and resuscitated him. In the ambulance, so by the time I got to the hospital, they had him on life support for 5 weeks.
Wow.
And he made it.
Wow.
I don't know
Thank
what's
God.
wrong with him, but he made it. They arrested him anyway. No papers. Everything he could do wrong, he did wrong. But no alcohol and no drugs. So
Just a
kids
bad
make
driver?
mistakes. He has, I guess he was young. He's 22, a new driver. And the guy that was sitting in the front with him had gashes that I saw all the way to his bone. And the
Wow.
other 2 boys walked away. And the boy that had the gashes all the way to his bone crawled over with one leg jumping to say, "Lady, please tell me you're okay. Lady, please tell me you're okay." Couldn't get his friend out of the car. His friend was actually alive.
And look at you. Do you ever feel as if there's a reason that you are still here in the journey that you take for a bigger calling?
This week, for some crazy reason, people have been asking me that. Tinkerbell, you broke your neck 5 years ago, and you made it. This accident should have killed me, but it didn't.
You survived the Holocaust DP
And I
camp.
survived all. The DP camp was easy to survive because a DP camp is when they heal you. My brother couldn't survive because he died of starvation and hunger. Starvation, and he also had all kinds of illnesses. And my mother and father were in Russia during the Holocaust. Got pregnant with me, and they climbed on trains, on freight trains, and they climbed on anything they could that was moving, hitchhiked to try and get to Poland, so I would be born in Poland. Lucky enough, within 2 weeks, I was born in Poland. Mom got there, and 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I was born.
Wow.
They didn't have time or clocks or anything, so they didn't know exact times. But I was born in Poland, in the fields.
Wow.
As soon as the war was over, because I was born in April, the war was over August. As soon as the war was over, my mom went to her home, where she used to live with her family, knocked on the door. And this woman opened the door, and my mom says, "This is my house. My family grew up here. I've been gone for 6 years. I was in Russia hiding. Can I please see my home again?" And she said, it's hard for me to even repeat it because my mom would cry every time she said it. "Get away from here, you dirty Jew. This is my house now." And my mom never went back. Went to the embassy, got my papers, and they sent her to Germany. My brother had died. She went to Germany, and they sent her to this camp. It was a Feldefink DP camp.
With you?
With me, already brand new baby. I was literally maybe a month or two old. And when we got to Germany, we went to this camp, and it was turned from a children's Hitler youth training camp, children's Hitler youth training camp, where they trained kids how to kill. They converted it to almost like a hospital, but they didn't change anything, so it still looked like a prison camp. You know, there's still bars on the window, one little window. 89 bunk beds of adults and 3 children. I was one of them. And so the attention that I got from these 89 survivors was unbelievable. The kids had been taken from them and killed. Or some of them might have hidden children and sent them off while they were in the camp to live as Christians. So I never found that out because my mom never spoke about the war until I was 12, ever. So while I was being raised in this amazing camp, which I thought was amazing because everybody paid so much attention to me, and you'll see pictures of me. I'm wearing this hand-crocheted dresses with ribbons in my hair. All the people fought to put me on their lap and braid my hair.
Gabe and
because
Jay,
they
can we put
kissed.
some of the pictures up?
Yeah, that would be
How long were you in the camp?
6 years, until I was 6 years old.
Bless you.
And then what happened after you left the camp?
Well, my sister was born in the camp, and a whole bunch of babies were born in the camp. And so we started a kindergarten, but I was one of the 3 chiefs, right? Because I was telling all the kids what to do. And maybe that's what part of my personality comes from. But I remember that after leaving the camp, because my parents did not want to stay in Germany. So
That
this is
you?
all in the camp, and the people that survived.
Is that you, Tinkerbell?
Yeah, that's me, and that's me and my sister, because my sister was born and she's a year and a half younger than I am, so she was born in 49.
Is that your dad?
That's my dad. That's my dad, and that's my family in Kazakhstan, because that's where they lived when they escaped Poland, and begging their families to please go with them, and the parents wouldn't let the kids go. So they said, "You have to stay." And my mom never, ever discussed anything about the war until I was 12 years old in Brazil. So we were trying to leave Germany to go to America. And Germany was not allowed access. Any German Jew was not allowed access to the United States. So we had to leave Germany when I was 6 years old to go to another country where there was an opening to come into the United States, and they call it quota, where the quota would open up an entrance to the United States. So the next country was Bolivia. First we went to Argentina for a couple of months, and my mother said, "This is all Nazis, we can't live here." So we left Argentina, went to Bolivia. Next door to us were the Nazis.
Wow.
Every country we went to that allowed the Jews to come in also allowed the Nazis to come in. So they were our next door neighbors, but my mother never said they were Nazis. My mom only said, "Those boys bite, don't go there."
Your mom knew.
Of course Mom knew. So we were not allowed to leave the house. Well, we didn't have a house. We lived in big quarters with lots of people. Maybe we had a room sometimes, and my mom cooked and made a little bit of money by cooking for other people. And my sister and I grew up in Bolivia. I mean, my attire, and you'll see it in some of the pictures. I've got a sack on my back with a baby in it, with big skirts and a hat, just like the cholas in
And what
Bolivia.
about your dad?
My dad was always working, and Mom was always
But
working.
your dad
with him.
survived.
No, he's not alive. My
But
mom
he
and dad,
survived the.
He survived
with
the
your mom,
Holocaust
okay.
because he escaped with my mom. My mom, my dad, his older sister escaped to Russia. That's how they survived. Everybody else was left in Poland. They were all killed, except for one brother and one sister and another sister. But my father had 11, my mother had 8, all killed.
Wow.
But when we got back to Germany, my father's brother had married my mother's sister.
Wow.
The 2 survivors. My uncle was 87 pounds when he crawled out of a train, a moving train with dead bodies. They were stacked, and my uncle was in the middle, and he climbed out the window. They didn't know he was alive. They thought they were dead bodies. They were being transported for burial in caves and holes that they would dig. And my uncle saved his life by climbing out of the train, and he weighed 87 pounds and was eating grass and frogs. He said, "I'm never going to touch grass like you,
Don't
Freddie."
take him with you.
Or he will never eat a frog again.
Okay, so you're not German, you're Polish.
I'm Polish, but I was only there a month or 2.
But that's where you were born.
I was born in Poland, yes.
So technically you are Polish, isn't it, where you're born?
Technically I'm Polish.
Right,
but
so
Poland,
what do you go by?
They don't want to give me citizenship.
Okay,
they don't
but what
even
do you
return
go?
my name, my calls.
So what do you go by? You're
I go by, I'm American.
American, okay.
Because the longest period of time in my life was here in the United States.
Yeah, I don't
lived
have a
in
problem
7
with that.
countries. So which one of those countries is my country? The place that my mom got my birth certificate where I was the least amount. You know, Bolivia, I was 4 years, and Brazil, I was 5 years.
And your parents were German.
My parents are Jewish, but not German, Polish.
Your parents are Polish.
My parents. So it's very interesting, right, that after I was 14 years old when they finally allowed us into the United States legally. My parents wanted to come in legally. So no matter what we did, it was to find a country where we can go to America legally. They never wanted to be in trouble. They were afraid of trouble their entire life. As a matter of fact, I'm diverting a little bit. My mom moved to Florida, to Century Village, right near here, in Deerfield Beach. And as we were driving her to Century Village, and she saw the gates, now mind you, this is 79.
Sure.
Mom was out of the war for many, many years. As soon as she saw the gates and the security, she started screaming.
She didn't
I'm
wanna
not
go
going
in
in there. I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
There's police there, security there.
Sure.
So it took a while for her. I guess she never really got over it. But I think a big part of what she did with me and my sister, because my sister was born in the camp, was never tell us anything. We were like these happy kids, you know, with people braiding our hair, giving us, there was one bathroom, 89 adults and, 27 children by the time we left. So we have pictures of the kids in the camp as well.
We have more
that started
pictures,
growing.
gang?
I don't know if more arrived,
We're gonna
because
save
I
the
know
Abbey
she
one.
sent her a few.
See, the important thing is that you continue to tell people the story.
I never told the story, actually.
Well, you should.
Media, 5 years ago, during COVID, media said to me, "You're a Holocaust survivor." I already had known media for 4 years before that. And she goes, "How come you never told us that?" And I said, "I just don't want to confuse the issue of I'm the director of Silent Victims of Crime, a program for children of prisoners, and that's the image that I want. And if I say I'm a Holocaust survivor, it's going to kind of, like when I asked you, right, Dr. Abbey, like, what do you do? And you said, I do a million things. I didn't want to hear about the million things, right? I wanted to hear, but what are you doing today? What are you doing now?" So I didn't want to kind of confuse the issue for people to say, "Oh, tell me about the Holocaust."
But there's no confusion. You are a Holocaust survivor, and your
I am a
story, I got to tell you, is important to keep alive. People need to know this, because if not, people have a tendency of forgetting things, especially you get some idiots that walk around and says the Holocaust never happened. I mean, on and on and on, the craziness that I've heard. But the pain that you and your family endured, just trying to get to America, I'm not this, I'm not that, country's now not giving you, Poland not giving you this. You know, in those days that you survived was a miracle.
It's a miracle that I survived because I was about 2 pounds, and that she was able to travel from Poland to Germany.
Wow.
Or even carry me. How did Mom carry me? She had no food. Mom and Dad had no food. Even in Bolivia, we had no food. We had really only food when we got to Brazil, and that's a little bit. In Brazil, And then we finally moved into our own apartment, 2 bedrooms. For the first time in my life, there was a place to live, and a kitchen, and a real home. I mean, 2 bedrooms.
And
a
now you've
bathtub.
reached out to the embassies.
Yes.
And Poland has not answered you back.
I reached out to the Polish embassy. They're not even bothering to respond to calls until after the summer.
But Germany?
Germany, on the other hand, we made 1 phone call and 1 email to Germany. They said, well, send me some pictures, send me some information. And the young man that I'm telling you about, that was a test tube baby, sent information and sent a PowerPoint presentation saying the family was Jewish. They weren't Jewish after the war, because it's hard to believe in a God after you kill your whole family and go through what they went through. And not only that, living in Russia for 6 years in the freezing cold of Siberia, my brother died of pneumonia and hunger. It was horrible for my mother to live there. They had no apartment. They were homeless. And even though they worked for the Russians building, my mom was pregnant with my brother and then with me, building construction work, and they would give them a piece of bread at the end of the week. So living on bread your entire 6 years of the war, and then struggling to make a little bit of money in Bolivia, and then going to Argentina. Well, first Argentina, then Bolivia, then Brazil. My sister hated every single bit of it.
Sure,
I
she was among the
loved it.
enemy. Of course.
I loved it. Where are we going next? Where are we going next? Can I make some new friends? It was unbelievable.
So you were not raised Jewish?
No.
When did you?
We were raised nothing.
Did you know you were Jewish?
I knew I was Jewish because my mom told me when I was 12 years old that we were Holocaust survivors, and that that they had given up kind of the belief system of wanting to be religious. They would never be religious. When my father came from a very religious home, you know, with prayers, the whole thing, and they used to pray every day. His father was killed right away, like the beginning of the war. His father was watching the synagogue burn. Somebody put the synagogue on fire, and he got on his knees and started to pray, and a Nazi came over and pulled his beard out. Can you imagine pulling somebody's beard? So he died of blood, loss of blood over a period of a few months.
When did you decide I know media had you tell your story, but part of your story, part of who you are, is being an advocate for equality, for humanity, for becoming in your Jewish identity again. At what point did you say, I'm going to embrace my Jewish identity?
Never. I still don't.
Really?
I don't want to embrace any religion whatsoever. I never did, and I never will. I will celebrate holidays. I will celebrate traditions, Christian, you know, Jewish, even Asian traditions. I love them all. I love all the traditions, and I love pointing out to the children of prisoners that I work with now that religions are all the same. They just have different names, but they have the same ideas about having a good life and being a good person and being decent and being honest. I even took them to a multicultural church in Chicago when I opened up the first program, and we walked in, and there were several several people that went up on the podium that were either a rabbi or a minister or priest, and each time one came on, they were saying the same things. You know, you have to be a good person.
Right.
You have to follow the laws, and if you don't like the laws, change them, but don't disobey them. And then a rabbi went on the podium, and I'm telling the kids, see, the same thing, all of them. And then the rabbi got on, and the lights went out in the temple, and it was a church, multi-denominational church. And there was a tiny little bit of light that came in through the door that was on my blonde hair. And he said, where's Tinkerbell when we need her to light his candles? And he said, oh, there's Tinkerbell. That's how I got named 34 years ago, Tinkerbell. And he called me up to the podium to light the candles. And while I was lighting the candles, he's 6'3". I'm 4'11" at that time, 11 and a half maybe, at that time. And I looked like a little Tinkerbell because I looked like a tiny little person with the blonde head in front of him. And I noticed that your daughter, Dawn, made a painting of Tinkerbell right there in the kitchen.
Yep.
How cute is that? So I've been named Tinkerbell since 35 years ago. And so, no, we didn't have religion in our home, but we celebrated all the traditions. Mom cooked Jewish food. She also made Russian food. She also made Brazilian food.
Everything.
Everything.
Oh my
German
gosh.
food.
Your
Because we
story
lived in
is
Germany.
amazing. We had to take a quick break. You're going to stay with us, right? Abbey, you're staying. All right, we've got so much information to get out there. Tinkerbell, thank you for sharing your story. There's so much more to come. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Helen Archer, Cosmic Astrology Society, is in the house, and we'll check back in with the ladies over there. More to come. We'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to Working Nurses Home Care, where your private care is our priority. We provide medical and supportive private duty care all under one agency serving Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. From long-term care and companionship to recovery support, our nurses, therapists, and home health aides are here for you. We accept most major insurances including United Medicare, Aetna, Humana, Oscar, Cigna, and Medicare. Count on us for care that you can trust. Call Broward at 954-916-7458 or Palm Beach at 561-409-0767. Visit us at www.workingnurseshomecare.com. At Working Nurses Home Care, we are here to serve and support.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back.
So many stories, so much information to share today. All right, it's Tuesday. I understand planets are moving. We're getting ready to go into the Chinese New Year, which means the year of the wild horse. They tell me today or tomorrow is the day to clear out the old energy of the snake, which probably has some alignment with the planets, and get ready for an incredible year. So we've got Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society joining us today. Are you ready for the change?
I'm already going through the change.
Do you have a pocket? I got a pocket.
I'm not going to say nothing.
All right, let's roll our intro.
We're all in love with each other here.
All right. And there she is. Hi, Helen. Welcome back.
Thank you. How is everyone?
Everyone is doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing better. Thank you.
All right. What is happening? I think big changes.
Well, you know, we were talking about changes last time, that the major planets are all changing signs. So Neptune has moved into Aries now. So it's time for action. It's a whole new cycle. So we need to be ready to go and let go of the Pisces, although we still have Saturn in Pisces until Valentine's Day. So this is like the last chance for you to rid your subconscious of all the negative things that are in there so that you can move ahead with Neptune and then Saturn in Aries. No more holding back.
So you got 2 more weeks of being disgruntled, and then we have to stop?
Well,
No
we
more
should stop now
disgruntlement?
anyway. You know, we've been talking about it for quite a while because the Neptune and Saturn briefly moved into Aries last spring. So we had an idea of how things were going to change, and we agreed that we need to move ahead or we're going to fall behind.
All right, shifting things around.
So the other things that are happening is we are now less than 30 days out from the February 17th new moon solar eclipse. So we have a solar eclipse on the 17th of February, and then we have a lunar eclipse, which is the full moon, on the 3rd of March. So that is when all the weather systems start coming up, and that's why we've had catastrophic weather. In addition to that, Mars, last Friday, which is when the weather started, moved into Aquarius, where it was joining forces with Pluto, which is massive catastrophic damages and events. And so being in Aquarius, which is an air sign, we have cold Arctic air and ice.
So you're not surprised about this winter storm?
No, I'm not surprised, and I don't think it's over. I know another one is coming, according to the weather stations. So we're kind of like in the crosshairs of the 2 eclipses until the middle of March. So, you know, if you're going to travel, you need to be careful. Also, there's a Mercury retrograde that's going to be coming up. It starts on February 22nd and runs until March 20th.
Hey,
so
that's
those
a
are
long one.
days where it's not a good thing to travel.
That's a long one.
That's a long time.
My birthday's at the
It's a whole month.
So all these changes are coming during the eclipses, which is going to make major changes in people's lives, and they're going to have to realize that certain situations, friendships, and limitations are going to be over. The karma is over, and now a new karmic or a new action cycle is going to begin, and you need to be ready to make the changes necessary to be successful in the future.
We're losing friends, is that it? Things are changing, relationships are changing?
Relationships are always changing, but yes, as we grow and evolve, certain relationships will no longer figure into our lives because we either no longer have anything in common, the people leave, or unfortunately pass away in some instances. So yeah, I mean, we're moving ahead. So there's great things coming up. A lot of social activity, a lot of communication, a lot of group activities that we want to join, that we want to evolve into and help our neighbors and friends and society grow and prosper. And, you know, in Aquarius, freedom and democracy for all, equality, all those principles are going to come into play. And whoever's not in line with that, whoever is fighting that, whoever refuses to go along with that is going to start moving behind. But other than that, now Mars is at the conjunction with Pluto, so it's moving away. So some of the, and let me just say, Aquarius is a great sign. Aquarius is for equality, justice, and freedom, but Aquarius has a cause. They have a calling, a cause, a charity, an idealism. They want utopia that they cling to and promote. And this is wonderful. They work great with groups. They understand and can relate to all kinds of people. But when their cause gets to the point where they become domineering and adamant and, into a case, violent to promote their cause, that's the negative side of Aquarius that Mars and Pluto has kind of brought up, and that's what we should avoid. So it's okay to promote your cause. It's okay to move forward and you know, have people join you in your cause, but, you know, it has to be done in a peaceful and cooperative way.
You ready for the change?
It changes all around us.
I know.
And it's just a shame that the change is creating so much havoc.
But what can
Good,
be
better, and different.
positive going forward, right? Maybe we're out of the negative change.
Can be.
We're out of the negative, and the positive thing is we have Mercury and Venus in Aquarius, so this is great for social life, for mixing and mingling, for meeting people, for promoting our ideas and our business, by getting the word out, by reaching people, by increasing the width of our platform. So all of that you can move ahead with, and with Neptune and Aries, we can move ahead because now the stage is set, and we've been working on this, let's face it, behind the scenes for a long time. Whatever it is you have been working on, now is the time to bring it forth.
Well, that's a positive sign.
We've got a lot of Aries in here. Tinkerbell's in Aries too.
Are you?
Me too. April 3rd.
You're in Aries too?
March 30th. Oh, Aries. Oh, wow.
And then there's me, the silent one. I'm about as silent as a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I know.
So for Aries, we have Jupiter is in Cancer, which is, for Aries, is the home area. So Aries is now can work out of the home. Aries can improve the home situation. Aries may have more responsibilities in relation to the home. But this is a conflict because Cancer rules the home. Aries rules the world at large. Aries wants to be out there doing things, promoting. Aries is very energetic about it. And Cancer says, wait a minute, you have to devote some time to home and family. So Aries is learning to balance between the two. So that's a good thing. Libra too. Libra, their balance is easily upset, but with Aries, they're just going to have to join with a partner to help them move ahead, help them make decisions. And, you know, it's also they want to entertain. They're the host and hostess with the mostest. Their social life is very important. They're artistic and love art and luxurious items, so they're going to have to take some of that luxury that they love, the art that they love, the entertaining that they love, and they're going to have to take some of that time and resources to improve the home and family circle. So
Tinker,
we're all
you got
learning
that?
to adjust.
You got that?
Look, I brought all the furniture here.
That's
I'm
it.
improving our home
Out of
here.
all that, that's what you got? Really? That's what you got?
Look, we've improved our home. Doesn't it look beautiful?
It always looks beautiful.
Okay.
We shifted things around.
I'm not going to say
What'd you
nothing.
get out of it?
I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Tinker. Because I can't believe out of all that, that's what you got is the furniture.
Well, you got to
There's
balance
other things
home and-
balancing. There's home and then there's home. No? You're the new Miami strifer. That's part of your home.
What's a strifer?
You're at mom's house with your sister.
That's another home.
That's a miracle.
True
right?
that, yeah.
Oh, I think that's what she's talking about. Furniture. Anyway.
Actually, I've made some major changes in the past few months. I'm Aries. Definitely.
You getting married?
No. Are you kidding? I'm married to the love of my life, 26 years. He's unbelievable.
Okay.
And talking about marriage, my first husband was Arab. My second husband is German. And so I've gone through major changes in my life. But in the past 6 months, I've gone from being the executive director for Silent Victims of Crime to moving into doing more outside activities like traveling and doing seminars. I'm doing a lot of presentations. Like almost every month I have a presentation.
That's
sometimes
exactly
twice
what
a
you
month.
pointed at.
It's funny, and
that's
this
the
one's
point.
doing a presentation also in March, right? Yes.
Oh.
Everybody's presenting in the academy, please.
Everybody's into communication and broadcasting and promoting. And that's, you know, the fire and air signs, you know, that's what they're all about. It's positive energy. The Cancer is, you know, great for the country. We're going to start moving ahead. It's just out of the retrograde and starting to move forward. So we're in the final phase of the Cancer. And we're going to see our country move ahead, and we're all going to be more wealthy and hopefully more healthy. As Saturn goes into Aries, however, Aries rules the head. So if we have any issues with sight or smelling or hearing or brain function issues, all of those need to be taken care of in the 2 years that Saturn will be in Aries.
Okay. Well, if you're
But
deaf,
it's also,
get
you
it
know,
looked
great
at.
for inventions and technology. So a lot of the inventions and technology that took place over the last 10 to 14 years, now they're already going to become grounded so that we can actually use them and benefit from them. And with the knowledge, the brain power of Aries, we're going to understand them. That's the main thing. The average person is going to have to learn how to understand the new technology in order to use it. So we're all going to be moving ahead mentally and physically and changing, making changes. And so we got to be ready. So we got to be healthy.
There you go, Doc. Got to be healthy.
There we go.
Always.
Okay.
I'm 81 years old, and I'm 81 years old, and I'm learning how to do AI. So you're right, things are changing a lot.
Technology.
Right.
And you're moving ahead with it.
Yeah.
So that's how, we need to be. We need to move ahead with it instead of holding back and trying to do things with old methods, which are no longer useful or are too tedious to reach any results with. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. I'm a big advocate of that. It's funny that you say that because I got a phone call this morning, which I didn't expect. And that's exactly what's happening with Jeff Santos' show. They want to go into the AI and they want to do more stuff. And that's where they come in because they have the minds and the quickness and the views and this and that. So change is upon us.
Change is upon us, and also we are going to get healthier with Jupiter in Cancer, which rules food, the stomach, and digestion. So, we're making our food supplies more healthy, and we're also learning that we have to go back to the beginning and the basics of farming and, grow our own food, eat more natural food, fruits, veggies, grains. So we're learning and we're re-evaluating our past standards and modernizing them to be more successful in getting a healthy body and soul.
Good.
Hopefully the soul.
Good. Consciousness of the body.
Okay. Let's see, body and soul.
Yes, we're good for about another month, then we hit retrograde, and then we're good again for the end of March for Aries. Things to figure out. Timing.
You're memorizing all this stuff?
Yes, because I have to think. We've got a month that it's all going to be really good, and then come the end of February, you have to kind of stop and pull back a little bit until the end of March.
I heard a rumor that there's another planned gig that you're working on.
I haven't planned anything yet. I have to talk to Helen to see if we should.
But you know what I'm asking you?
Russ wants us to do another fundraiser, but I can't commit to anything until I talk to Helen, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Helen yet. So
ask
whether
her.
we should and when we should. Look at Heather's face. She's like, oh.
Should
When were
we?
you thinking of?
May.
May? I look up May and see Jupiter doesn't change signs until July, which it'll be in Leo, so that is good for acting, for the stage, for promotions, and doing fundraising.
So July is better than May.
I can't commit to that. I'll see what the planets are in May, but yes, around then.
I'm thinking April, May. I'd like to do it as like a culminating project, if you will, for the crew that we have before they graduate or move on.
But they have to
in
come
May.
back because July seems to be the month.
All right, we can't have a
Well, you're
barbecue.
gonna
See, let me look. I didn't go out past March.
All right, so that's why I haven't committed to anything because I always have to clear with
He's
Helen.
been in
on
here
a
every
date.
day almost, every day,
I
every
know.
day, every day.
And I haven't seen Helen in 2 weeks, so I can't commit to a date yet on a fundraiser until I clear it with our astrologer. I know this is how my brain works.
Yes, it does.
Well, it's been successful, so if you have a
That's right.
successful course of action, now is the time to follow it, expand it, and grow with it.
True.
So you expand it and grow with it, but should we pull the trigger on this other venue? It's the trick.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, how do people find you?
I'm on Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and the Cosmic Astrologer on TikTok.
All right.
So far.
Follow her. Definitely, she predicts a lot. If you can follow the signs, watch out for the eclipses when you travel, Mercury retrograde, and technology, get everything cleaned up. I know you always say get your car situated as we head into the end of February. I'm learning, I'm paying attention.
If you have a bad car, if you have an older car, the next 5 days, check your battery. just because it starts today, when it's 30 degrees tomorrow,
'cause of the
means it
cold?
won't start tomorrow. Yes. And your tires. If you haven't looked at your tires lately about pressure, take it into the mechanic, take a look at it. Come to cold weather tomorrow. Your car's going to do the boogaloo. You can ask Max, you can ask a bunch of people in here. I'm just warning you now, weather's going to change apparatuses, including the studio, tomorrow.
Well, Wawa has an electric air pump for your tires.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Real quick. So on the 18th, the sun is at late in the afternoon is going to go into Pisces, so we'll be in Pisces, and that is a cusp day. So the people who were born before 5 p.m. are going to have the sun in Aquarius and be in Aquarius, and the people born after 5 p.m. would be a Pisces. So that's why we have the cusp. When the sun, that day that the sun changes signs, which is different every year because of leap years, the sun goes into a sign at a different time each year.
So February 18th is the cusp?
Is the cusp.
So I'm a Pisces.
You're March, though.
So then you will
In
be
March.
energized by the sun for the month of Pisces, and then early in February, Venus and Mercury will go into Pisces, so you'll be in your element and your creative abilities will be at a maximum, and people will believe in your ideas and support them.
So I should have a good year.
Yeah, you'll have a good year. You have all that Pluto on your Venus in Aquarius, so you know your connections and your talent and your track record are going to work to your benefit, and you will expand your life and your view and your audience.
I have my Pluto in my Venus. Watch out now. Watch out. I'm going to go play Lotto, baby. It is time.
All right, you can follow Helen Archer at Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and on TikTok, and hopefully next Tuesday she'll be here in the studio. Check it out. You definitely don't want to miss it, and she is available for your personalized chart readings as well. More to come. We're heading over to the Energy Boss at the other side of the studio when we come back from this commercial break.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Imagine this. A loved one, a son or a daughter, has just suffered from a life-threatening accident. They're transported to a state trauma hospital, and despite being in the care of professional physicians, they tragically pass away due to preventable medical errors. As if this was not tragic enough, then finding out that legal statutes in the state of Florida devalue your loved one's life to zero. This is what we are fighting against. Come join Edward Salazar as he discusses the issues surrounding free kill laws and how to resolve them. Catch The Fight Against Free Kill Laws with Ed Salazar on Monday, 5 p.m. on all social media. Learn who we are and join our cause today.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilzen Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilzen. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilzen Art Gallery today.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This day in history, on January 27, 1973, the Paris Peace Accords officially ended the Vietnam War. In 1964, on the same day the Soviet Union, the United States, and the United Kingdom signed the Outer Space Treaty in Washington, D.C., banning the deployment of nuclear weapons in space. In 1927, Ibn Saud took the title of King of Najd, and in 1880, Thomas Edison received a patent for his incandescent lamp.
Absolutely.
We're back. Oops.
Are you
We're
on?
back.
You working?
I hope so.
Full show today, huh?
It's funny. I'm not on the. She wasn't even following the right page.
What can I tell you? All right, it's time to shift some energy. No better way to do it than on our episode with Laurina Anderson, our energy boss. Let's roll it.
This portion of the Brooklyn Cafe Show is brought to you by Laurina Anderson, the energy boss.
Hi, welcome to this Tuesday session. It's wonderful to be with you. I'm Laurina Anderson, the energy shifter or the energy boss. I think I've got a new title now. I love it. And last week we talked about self-sabotage and how we set ourselves up for failure on every single level. But today what we want to speak about is the excuses that we use to sabotage ourselves. And I've got to tell you, it can get really, really interesting when you start listening to that self-saboteur who is up in your head and giving you all these excuses as to why you can't move forward. You know, sometimes, as we spoke last week, the fear of success. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm going to have to work too hard. It's going to take too much time. I don't have the money. Can you hear all these excuses that the self-saboteur uses? How about the fear of failure? Well, I really can't do that because, you know, it never worked in the past. I have no support. Nobody is showing up for me. How about this one? The really big one. I don't have enough money. I don't have what it takes. You know, these are some of the, what I call the gremlins, and they continue to hold us back. We have everything that it takes. When you step into your passion and you know what your talent skill is, then allow that to come to the forefront. Allow yourself to hear when those excuses come up and knowing that it's just the head talking. The head loves to talk because it loves to control you. And the more that it controls you, the more you're going to stay stuck, the more you're going to listen to it. So if we're working with that mental mob scene that's up here, what I really suggest is that you come with another little microphone on the other side saying, no, now wait a minute. I do have everything that it takes. I can move forward. I can put myself out there because I am talented. I know what I'm doing. It's coming from my heart. And when anything comes from your heart and speaks to you from that space, then you have the opportunity at every single moment through source energy to make those moves because you are being completely and totally supported. And the right doors will start opening, the right people will start coming into your life. There won't be any more second guessing. That's just another one of those excuses. let's see, some more excuses. I had a wonderful ability. I mean, that's why this whole segment was made, because I heard of a great excuse this past weekend about me wanting to go into a expo, a holistic expo, and promoting my business there. I figured, wow, that'll be a great place. And it'll also be a great place for the company that is doing the Brooklyn Cafe. However, I got so many excuses, it wasn't even funny. And every single moment, I had another fabulous comeback. Well, I'm all about, this is my time. I'm all about moving myself forward, and I'm going to take everybody right along with me, because first of all, I'm an Aries. So you heard about, Aries. We're pumping. We want to go, right? But the other thing too is that everyone has a level of success. I'm just a trailblazer. I'll just turn around and put a rope behind whomever's behind me, and I'm going to pull you right along, right? And I don't allow excuses. I had in the past. Oh my God, I had tons of excuses. One, let's see, I was stuck in a cult. And this cult continued to haunt me no matter where I went and how I showed up. So, that was one of my big excuses. But I'm going to be 71 years old the end of March as an Aries, and I'm giving it everything I have. And you know something? I want the same thing for you. If you find yourself holding yourself back, not moving forward, using all the excuses that the self-saboteur loves to give to you, living up in your head, believing that you don't have what it takes, give me a call, email me. I would love to bust up that self-saboteur so that you can have the life that you want, the life that you've always wanted, that has lived in your heart, that has never come to fruition. I can help you with that. That's what the majority of my clients, they come in and they've got that self-saboteur giving them all sorts of excuses and everything, and within 6 months, they are shining. They are achieving their goals. So please give me a call. My office number is 954-647-5525, or email me at la@ishiftyourenergy.com. And I would love to hear your story. And I rather, if you're contacting me, I want to hear the commitment that you make to yourself to finally allow yourself to move into that area of passion, knowledge, intelligence that you hold on the inside, because the world is waiting for you. So make sure you give me a call. Thank you.
And that's that. There's a lot of different ways I can go with this one.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of different ways. First of all, let's start from the very beginning. I think that if people call you, they're calling you because they're looking for something, not because they feel they already found it. That's the first thing.
That's very true.
And the second thing, if perception is in the eye of the beholder, so what you may think is glory, somebody else who's running a business may say, no, we're not going to do this because. And you have to listen to the because. It's not an excuse of fear at all. I've never been afraid of anything in my life, except people who think that I am. So the reason that we pick not to go to certain things is because of logistics. On a Sunday, no go. I decide I'm not going to work on a Sunday. If the one wants to do it, she can. But that's not an excuse.
I'll take you with me. I'll do it myself.
But that's okay. But that's good for you. But I don't.
Oh, but Brooklyn Cafe's coming with me.
Oh, that's fine. But but that's not an excuse of not wanting to do it because of afraid or failure or this. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's not a denial of success.
Okay, but guess what though? I never heard I don't work on Sunday.
I don't. You're hearing it now.
Why didn't you tell me before, and then I would have left you alone?
Because I don't have a crew. I don't have a crew to take it to go is number one. That's an excuse. Or I choose not to go. That's an excuse either. I try to make it sound to you that there are obstacles not to go. But it doesn't mean that I'm afraid of it.
Each one of those obstacles and how
but
we
that's
could
your
manage.
Perception. Maybe you wanted to discuss the things that you felt I was saying, as opposed to I could just tell you straight up. I'm not going to do it because I don't have a crew. If I had a crew,
Or that I just don't work
it would
on
be
Sunday.
an excuse. What?
Or that I just don't work on Sunday.
I don't work on Sunday.
But reasonings, people have different reasonings that are not necessarily, whether it's this situation or something else, that Max may say it's not self-saboteur, it's just she does not want to. And it may not be like a monkey mind saying, you can't, you're less than, you're never going to succeed. It may just be, I don't feel this opportunity
Or
is
it's
the
an
right
excuse.
opportunity.
You're teaming it as an excuse, not an excuse. Not at all.
But how do people discern self-sabotage versus it really just, or it doesn't feel right in my gut, or, you know what, I just don't think that's a fit.
You know, the best way to do it is by saying, discerning, number one, you're not judging, you're discerning. Discerning says, does this feel right? Is this a good fit? Is this healthy for me? Do I feel loved and supported because of it? Right? So those are a couple of things that you ask yourself and then you discern. And you know, it's wonderful just to say no. Thank you. I appreciate your offer. However, it's not a good fit for me. And boy, I got to tell you, discussion ended. And that's when you turn around and you have the open communication. And that is absolutely one of the things that you want to be able to put into your repertoire. It's okay to say no. You don't have to come up with a bunch of excuses. You can just say no. It's not a good
That's
fit.
That's not the way this business is run. That's a very black and white positioning. There are people. There is 1,000 ideas that come through here every day, and if I were to say no or yes, I would be out of business. As a matter of fact, I've been doing this longer in Boca than a lot of other companies because they say yes or no, and that's not the way this business works. The way this business works is you look at the temperament of what you're trying to do. Then you're going to look at the pros and cons. And then you have to look at how you do it, how you capture it, and whether or not it's going to be successful.
Well, look what happened with Tinkerbell's event. Literally the day before, and I was so sick to my stomach, we had to call her, I had to call her and say, I have no one to cover your event. And I felt awful because the crew we had put together had an emergency and had to leave the country.
Wow.
And he told me the day before, I can't make it. And the other crew, someone else said, I can't make it, I got another gig. So 3 were like, I can't. And I felt awful. I had to call her and say, I've got no one to do this. And then it's like, do. One of them said, I got you. And he showed up on his own, right? He came, he got a mic. He was like the lone crew member, and he did the best he could. But at least I felt, and I'm hoping, that she was happy with that. We were able to give her something.
That was Regina.
But literally, the day before the shoot,
We didn't have anybody.
to Miami Beach, everyone couldn't do it for one reason or another, and I don't run cameras, so even for me to go, I was of no use to what she needed, and I felt terrible. But I'm glad he was able to do it for you.
But you know what? Things happen.
The
And
universe-
The young man showed up.
Yeah.
And he was magnificent. He spoke to the families like he's been with them forever.
He loved it.
And then a woman walked in and started singing. She also came from somebody in your group.
Grab that mic.
Microphone.
Oh, it's no good.
No, this one over here.
Oh, this one here?
Shelly Sweet
And
Shells
then this
came.
woman came in,
It's one
and
of
we
she
had
shows.
these balloons set up.
Yeah.
And she had these balloons set up, and she went right to the balloons and started singing. And it was great.
And
It
her
was-
chorus couldn't make it that day either.
Doesn't matter. It all
And-
worked out
And it all
somehow.
worked out, and she said it was wonderful.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. We had 228 people show up to that event.
It's amazing.
And it's not a fundraiser. It's an event where people actually come and bring toys and games for the children of
It was for
prisoners.
Christmas. It was great.
It was great. It was great.
And
Sorry
we
you
tried,
missed
and
it.
we tried to bring in, because it's also where it's at. In Miami, it's not like down the street. So you have to, because we've had deals at the other studio in North Miami where we had the kids and
That was
And
so
Media
great.
and West, it was great.
and,
Oh, it's
and
so
though Paulo
great.
was there, it was fun. And again, the coordination of that was I had to pull a favor for him to house everybody, and there was not one kid, there was a lot of kids, and we did it. But to do what we needed to do with you, I never said no. I just couldn't find anybody, and Gato had to leave the country. He had
Not
an
only
emergency.
that, they step up. When we did that event in the other studio, The kids had never been on TV before. And you two managed somehow or other to squeeze them in on the podium with the two of you.
They were great.
And they were speaking about their lives.
Yes.
It was great. It was great.
It
Thank
was
you.
non-planned, and it was done. It was executed and captured.
Absolutely.
And there was more than one. And a lot of people don't understand, to do that kind of show is not easy. And all the excitement that was running around, I saw everybody trying to calm everybody else down. Again, it's difficult for what we do, because we get over 1,000 ideas. You should see the phone is exploding right now. But the object of the game is not to say no. It's to say not right now, or let me get back to you, or let me try to explain to you why not.
It's funny because Lisa Dwoskin is doing the 5K for the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. So it's the dolphins and the hurricanes. We would like to, I have to call her, to open it for everyone to come, but everyone has to raise X amount. So unless we can do a workaround, we can't all go, because a $250 minimum for everyone is not really achievable to bring this many people. Now, if we can go as one, right, entity and go and support and do, that's a totally different story. So,
but what I'd like to preface is that when you know, it's so interesting because Freddie, you turned around and said, I don't say yes and or no, I weigh everything. And weighing everything is absolutely perfect, because then you're taking everything in. You're feeling whether or not it's the right fit. And my whole viewpoint is, when the universe offers you something and it might feel like a great fit for me, it might not be a great fit for somebody else. However, the whole point of it is that the universe is always conspiring on our behalf. The universe wants to see us succeed. It wants us to get that message out. It wants to promote our success at every single moment. So maybe, you know, I saw a level of success at this holistic expo that, you know, we could all be part of. And you didn't need to necessarily bring a camera, just one of the banners, and just promoting that the Brooklyn Cafe is one of the most amazing arenas to get your message out. And so I just love to identify, you know, when the excuses show up, does it stop you, or does it allow you to discern, or does it give you motivation to be able to move forward? Doors open for us all the time, and it's up to us whether or not we want to walk through.
Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
You're married.
Yes.
If there's something in your heart you want to do, and your husband or your partner says, no, I want to go do this instead, you should come with me. Right? I think a lot of, at least women in business, have this balance, as Helen says. It's the life balance, it's work, family, home. And sometimes there's a guilt on what you want to do, because you want to grow. You want to go, I know this is going to be great for my business. I want to do this expo. It's a Sunday, and football season is over. And your honey says, but football season's over, and I wanted to do this with you. How do you make that judgment call? Because not one isn't better than the other, right? Each one is a good choice.
Right.
Of what, is it what feels best? As Freddie says, you weigh it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, what I have found is that he is so supportive of my business that he will weigh all the options and everything, and he'll say, okay, if going out for dinner at this certain place is really, really important, is it going to allow me to spend more time in promoting my business, or would the Holistic Expo be the one avenue that's going to get me even further out here?
And if a client comes to you, what are some of the actions that you work with them for?
I have them identify, okay, what's some of the talk that's going on inside the head? What's some of the talk that is going on inside your head? One of my clients, he was always in fear of confrontation. I mean, if he had sold a job and then all of a sudden he'd get a call from the same person that came back He'd get scared. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong? Did I miss something? You know, the first thought all the time was negativity. And so we started shifting that around, going, how about if he's just calling to double check to make sure you got the right address? Or to let you know that he's gotten the contract through the email? You know, why do we always go negative first instead of the positive first? You know, I used to do that all the time. One of my clients would call and say, hi, you know, like we had a session for the next day. Hi, Laurina, and leave me a message. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, they're canceling. Oh no, they can't make it. And that would go around in my head. And then finally I said, why would I talk to myself like that? How about that? That's really not what's going on. Maybe they just need to confirm the time, confirm the address. And that was most important, to shift that thought process, to shift the energy. Because all of a sudden when you think that somebody's going to call and cancel, what happens in the body? You start contracting, right? But when you shift that energy and all of a sudden it's like, no, they're just calling to confirm, whether they are or not, but you have then allowed that positive energy not to inhibit you. You've created that space that's open to be able to accept that phone call, see what it's about, instead of, you know, always thinking the worst of everything.
Max, does that resonate with you? I'm watching your face.
I'm like, I'm on another plane, but I'm like, I'm thinking about my own life and my own self-sabotage and everything in between. And
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't even really, I don't even have the words to articulate right now.
Yeah, well, just one excuse that you hear yourself saying to yourself all the time.
I'm bad about I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified. I don't have enough experience, but
yeah,
I think I need to let that go.
Well, that's common though. You know, I mean, what lives up in the head? Ego, fear, denial, and those little friggin' gremlins. And one of the biggest gremlins, I had it too, not good enough. No matter what I do, I'm not good enough. I was a friggin' high school dropout. I have my master's degree in social work, hello. You know, I didn't go back to school until I was 38 years old. So it's not that you're not good enough, it's just that you haven't given yourself that positive inspiration and motivation. Take a look at your beautiful photos, all right? Do people compliment your photos and what you do and how you do it?
Yeah.
Then why can't you take that in? Because not good enough is the one who's in charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's identifying that self-talk on the inside. Why would I say that to myself? I've got proof.
You're right.
It's freaking delicious. It's fabulous. It's gorgeous. People tell me all the time, look at your face is turning red like crazy. Why would I not think that I'm not good enough? You are good enough, honey. If that's your passion and that's your talent, that's what you came into this world to be able to share with people. Know that you are good enough. You've got everything it takes. God wouldn't leave anything out. The universe is always wanting to conspire for your own benefit.
Can I just carry you around in my pocket?
Absolutely.
And, have a little earpiece all the time? I need that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, it's funny because I talked to my sister. She's in New York. She was telling me about the weather. It's funny because when I was growing up with her, my sister used to always say to me, you never ever seem to not do something. And Jay and the kids were saying, how many jobs have you had? Because I've tried everything. You know, I've tried 2,467 jobs, and I failed at half of them or more.
You didn't fail.
No, I failed because the only way to learn is to fail. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to go up and try something, and if it works, hallelujah. But if it doesn't work, okay, then we try again tomorrow.
Well, you learn something from that.
You learn. I mean, the object of the game.
Everything.
The object of the game when you tell yourself not good enough, these are things that you were taught. You know, you came out of mama. You didn't come out thinking this way. These are other people's influences renting space in your mind.
Yep.
And I love the fact, I love the challenge when people tell me you can't or you won't, or it could be this. Are you the best at what you do? Remember we had that whole thing in here and everybody gave me 107 excuses. It's not an excuse. People will always label something when they don't understand you. It's easier to label you something than to try to understand you, to sit there and understand.
But
And
you
we
think
don't
it's
do that.
easier for people to bring you down? You know you can do it, but forget the food noise. There's people noise, right? Yeah. Don't do that because there's something else I want to do,
that's okay.
Freddie.
They can
Or
say what
Max,
they want.
don't get that gig because I want to go on vacation with you. Or, you know what, I really want to go out for dinner. Don't stay late at work. And all that starts weighing on you and weighing. And you say, you know what, I can't keep the fight up. But yet you know you're good enough with all that outside noise of maybe I shouldn't. I know I can, but well, how do you quiet the noise? How do you gracefully say to someone, you know what, I feel like this is really important for me to do. And what if they continue to push and prod?
Well, let's go all the way back. Because, oh, sorry, Freddie. All the way back. Because when we're young, when we're little ones, right, we don't know who we are. We are always looking on the outside for our identity, who we are, how we show up, whether or not we're loved, or if we're beautiful, if we have what it takes. So we're always looking at that mirror, and we're looking for that reflection to come back, right? Well then, as we grow, even though we've proved it to other people that we really are that talented, we're always looking outside of ourselves for that approval. The only problem is that if you're always looking outside yourself for approval, you're not always going to find it. And when you don't find it, then all of a sudden that little gremlin that says you're not good enough takes hold. Oh man, he didn't like me. He didn't like what I did. You know, this wasn't good enough for him. I'm not good enough. So then we start embodying that belief, okay? And beliefs, believe it or not, they have a vibrational quality to them. If you believe you can, I want you to feel it. That's a high vibrational frequency. If you believe that you can't, that's a very low vibrational frequency, you're going to feel that too. So if somebody's coming back at you and you've looked outside of yourself, the external all the time, for somebody to approve of you and make you feel good enough, you're not feeding yourself then. Empowerment means that you bring it into your body, you feel it. You feel it. And always identify outside of yourself, whether or not the outside is telling you the truth. Because you know something? You already know. You already know.
You got this, Max. All right, Laurina, how do people reach you?
Okay. You can reach me at la@ishiftyourenergy.com or call my office, 954-647-5525. I'd love to hear from you. Let's move you forward. Let's get you going.
All right, and next week you'll be back in on Tuesday, and maybe we can bring Dr. Abbey back in, and we can do a little bit of some sort of workout.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, listen, join us on Thursday at Bramers. We're going to be there. Now, you told me there's an earlier show.
Couch Talk is first.
At 11:30?
As soon as we get set up.
11:30?
We may go 12.
People are asking me what time. So 11:30 for Couch Talk, and then followed by us to do the midday show. And that is on Gateway up in Boynton Beach.
Gateway,
correct?
just west of I-95.
That's right. So check it out. Come and join us. Have some fun and some laughs.
All right. Nice job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Abbey, good to see you again. Tinkerbell, I think, had to make her trek back down to Miami. But for more information to follow Tinkerbell, you can find her at Silent Victims of Crime. And it is a foundation that supports children whose parents have been or currently are incarcerated. So she does a phenomenal job. Over 35 years she's been working with these kids. And man, does she make a difference in their lives. And that was the event that she had on Christmas. And it's nice when Amp Media Futures Foundation, our foundation right here in the studio, get the opportunity to help spotlight her foundation. It's nice bringing everybody together for the greater good. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
As always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.